this morning, reaching out to the people that get to do those and they've been doing integration work with. And that's great. Start springing up and now start reading. Okay. 701 and probably. Oh,
Hello. There it is.
Yep. Sorry, folks, we were working on technical difficulties.
Well, happy March, everybody. Sorry about the little delay there. Officially, we're called this meeting to order at 7:03 on March 2nd. Michelle, can you have roll call, please?
President Valerie Reinthaler is absent. Vice President Andrea Datillo.
Here.
Councilmember Greg Prodanovich.
Happy to be here.
Councilmember Deb Cassini-Klein.
Here.
Councilmember Shirley Blair Fuller.
Here.
Councilmember Suzanne Mitchell.
Here.
Councilmember Matt Castiglia.
Present.
And Mayor Paul Gamrat.
Present.
Fantastic. Thank you. Welcome, everybody. As we always do, we're going to start off with public comment, and we're going to start with the folks in the room. We have a couple of people in the room, so please state your name and address, and you have 3 minutes.
My name is Judy Schreier. I have lived in my house on Collins Road in Blackridge for 58 years. And as you can see, I'm only 51. And Paul was my neighbor before he even started this. It's been a long time. But the last newsletter, somebody said people should come to the Borough Council meeting. And I have come over the years. I was very involved in the fracking issue at the church. So I just wanted to say thank you for taking care of our roads whenever it snows, because that's been something all these years that Churchill has done. And my daughter lives in Greenfield, and I can tell you, they never, ever. So thank you all. for being here and for taking care of the community.
Thanks, Judy.
Thank you.
Thank you. Fantastic.
Monday, baby.
Yeah.
It was Monday.
Yes, the second is your regular council meeting.
Okay, either one.
All right.
And we have to thank our crew
We can't thank them enough.
throughout these winter months. I mean, they're just 24/7 there. We all appreciate what they do.
The city does. nothing. Or it's little.
Well, thank you, Judy. Appreciate it. We have another gentleman in the room.
Hello, my name is Bill James. My wife and I have lived at 1043 Black Forest Road for maybe 32 years now. And a few years prior to that, we lived on McNary Boulevard in the Wilton portion of the. I agree with you 100%. They do a fabulous job on the roads and a lot of others. But I'm coming today because I want to express concern that we're not getting. Well, no, let me back up. I have looked for information on the website, on Documents website. We read the newsletter and save them religiously. So we have been trying to stay up to date with the Deer Committee. I was very glad to see their report in the last newsletter about the finally beginning to address the issue of possibly culling the herd. It's a very complicated discussion. I won't bore you with the math other than the 6 of 8 unwilling births in it. And we are at the inflection point of exponential growth in this area. If you've been frustrated in the past, to not put too fine a point on it, you ain't seen enough yet. So I'm glad that they're approaching it. But it seems to me to be a bit of a dead end. I don't see anything on the website about their work. This particular article talked about culling. The season for it, we're right in the middle of it right now. There's been no further communication about who might volunteer their property, what is the cost. I mean, it says the cost, it doesn't imply who would pay for that. Is it the borough? Are you asking residents to band together? Issues like that. So I may be wrong. Maybe that information is out there. And if you can point me in the right direction, I would gladly do further reading about the work that has been done. I'm looking for answers at this point. I'm looking for action plans, not just words, because I believe that this is a serious issue. I communicated with this group in July of 22. I further communicated in writing in detail in April of 23 when the Deer Committee was meeting. I handed in a document. I have never heard a single response from the document. I shouldn't say I, my wife and I suggested action plans, metrics. How do we define a problem? How do we know that we solved the problem? I see a lot of those little bullet points in some of the Deer Committee's talking points. So I'm hoping that it had some influence or just like minds and we're thinking about the thing together. But words are great. Actions are much better than words. And I'm probably over my 3 minutes, but I'll leave you with this final thought. This has been my through line since the beginning. This group of people is responsible for the long-term success of Churchill. Churchill has been a wonderful place to live for the last 30 years or 35 years for us. We see a defined degradation in the way people are keeping their homes and their landscape. It's not because of the heat. It's because people are getting tired of spending hundreds or thousands of dollars watching it be nibbled away. We are militantly vigilant in our yard about it, and we use the valve every single year. So what I think is occurring is when people buck up against that kind of frustration, it's hard for them to continue to have pride in their property, pride in their neighborhoods, And those are the things that start neighborhoods downhill. And that's my concern. Will I live long enough to see it? Yeah, I don't know. I hope so, but I don't know. But I love this community and I love living here. And I hate to see it headed down the wrong road with the problem that we solve. So if I should be talking to you, great. If there's somebody else who wants
We
to
will-
talk to the board, please.
Yes. And thank you. Obviously, we're neighbors. I appreciate you. Thank you. 3 minutes up now. I appreciate it. We do have a dedicated deer committee that will bring things to council to vote on. I think as the new committee came on, they're trying to go through the information and try and do their best to get the facts. And it is a citizen-driven committee at this point. There is nobody on council on the committee. So it's hard for council to act without recommendation because that is their job. But we will bring this to the deer committee, your concerns, and the document you had presented years ago. I think it's a great outline. So that's what we can do. And I agree with you 100%. But thank you again. And anybody else in the room? Or
Well, I want to add that Kathy Border,
Kathy Border. Kathy's on. Yeah.
and she is online, so I'm
Yep.
sure she's hearing all of this.
Okay.
She is the chair of the deer committee.
Kathy, if you want to volunteer, call me.
Perfect. Thank you.
I'll just add in response to, I know our public safety property specialist has cited a number of folks, one of the issues is feeding wildlife, right?
Mhm.
That's an ordinance and that has been, we do find folks. So, if you're aware of that happening, please, there's an anonymous tip box on the website. Because it doesn't promote good health of the herd either. It does lots of bad things. So.
And I noticed in the snow, because you mentioned that, and with the snow being down as long as it was, we were able to watch the snow prints. You think people are walking across your lawn, but it is the deer. And what I noticed on properties where the bird feeders are definitely not at the perfect height. And that's where they're hanging around, the bird feeders. So we do have to speak with Scott on that to make sure that our bird feeders and the community are the regulated height.
The deer are very hungry.
Yes.
Yes.
And that's what they're around. They're eating
They're
birds.
eating.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thanks.
All right. We have some folks online. If you can, please raise your virtual hand and we'll promote you to speaker.
Hi, Kathy, you've been promoted.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, Kathy.
Okay, great. First off, I was having a hard time understanding the gentleman who spoke. I understood most of what he said, but I did not get his name or his address. So maybe Michelle, at some point, could you just email me his name and address that he would have stated at the beginning of his statement? And if you would also share with him my contact information, my email, and my phone number. And I want to say that I would very much like to speak to him. Maybe we can set up a phone call, or I'll probably be available tomorrow if you wanted to call me. I do want to explain that we have been trying to set up a meeting of the Deer Committee, but two of us are dealing with cataract surgery, and I'm one of them. And the two of us both had our second surgery postponed, so we have not met like we wanted to, but we are going to be trying to meet. And I understand his frustration, and I want to commend the council for discussing after he spoke, for sharing information, more information with him, because a lot of times people speak during public comments, and they don't get more information. So I do want to let him know that whatever he submitted years ago, the current Deer Committee does not have that information. We were formed I think maybe a year ago. Greg, you were part of the new committee, and you could maybe give a date, but we've only been around for about a year or so, and we do really welcome input, and so we would really like to see the material that he has. And finally, I don't know if Gavin Robb is there, but at one point I did want to ask him, somebody had asked if they could attend our meetings. And I would like to talk to Gavin about the logistics of that. If we were to open our meetings up to the public, do we have to publish the meeting ahead of time, like you do for council meetings? And is it okay for like the tree committee or the deer committee to allow the public to attend our meetings? We don't really have anything more to report right now because, like I said, a couple of us are dealing with this surgery, but we do hope to meet in March and get back on board. And I think I might be able to answer some of his questions if he and I could talk on the phone or
Sure.
maybe even meet in person.
Yes, Kathy, I'll make sure that your information is given back and forth so you guys can have each other's contact information.
Okay, great. That's all I want. I wasn't going to talk tonight, but then I heard him, so I said,
Yeah,
I
that's
need
good. Thank you,
to
Kathy.
answer that. Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sorry, but I was going to say, I think in regards to public attending any outside community committee meetings that they can attend, and they don't have to advertise because there's no official voting.
Yeah,
Okay, good.
there's certainly not a notice requirement like there is for a general municipal meeting. Right now, I can't say for certain if there's none at all, but I know it would not be to the extent of a meeting like this. As far as the public can absolutely attend. I'll make sure you guys get a definitive answer on that notice requirement.
Thank you.
Thank you, Joe.
And the notes that
I had a hard time hearing him. Again, I don't know if that's going to be in the minutes. I'm struggling with understanding a lot of the discussion.
As far as we know, yes, public can attend, and to advertise, it does not seem as, it has to be as stringent as a council member, like a
Okay,
council
great.
meeting. So
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Kathy. Anybody else online? All right, going once, going twice, sold to the highest bidder. Nobody. All right, so thank you, everybody. I appreciate all the comment, and I appreciate people coming in, and always we like to hear your voices. All right, moving on to discussion items. To acknowledge the receipt of the draft meeting minutes from Monday, February 2nd, 2026, the Borough Council Workshop Meeting, and the Monday, February 9th, 2026, regular council meeting. Anybody?
I saw them, they were there.
Yeah. We're good? Any questions? We good? Everybody good? All right.
Thank you to Ashley for always doing an excellent job.
Absolutely. Our staff does a fantastic job, so we're good there. All right. So acknowledge the other various staff reports. Denny, do you have anything else you want to add?
I would just bring up, I know we talked about it at previous meetings, but the sewer operation and maintenance programs, those are expected to be bid. I believe that the opening should be before next month's meeting, so as long as that stays on schedule, should expect to have those on next month's meeting. Also, the DDPF grant, which is a separate sewer project, that would be on.
Thank you so much. All right. Mhm. Chief.
I think I'll mention it at the regular meeting next week as well, but just with St. Patrick's Day coming up, it's officially the biggest drinking day of the year.
My birthday, of course. Yeah.
That's what we celebrate. Just a reminder to celebrate responsibly. There's far too many rideshare options out there for anybody drinking.
Completely agree. It's rookie hour, as I like to call it.
The New Year's Eve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah. Yeah.
day before Thanksgiving is one of them.
Big ones, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. And our welcome.
Okay,
Welcome, folks.
okay. So from the board's perspective, Churchill is excellent. They're great, working with Michelle and Ralph. The lines of communication are open and they speak freely. There's really nothing to report other than there's 5 lead lines being restored in the next couple of months, and there will be and sidewalk restoration that falls under the water authority purview and once the water bill. And that's basically it. I send reports to Michelle whenever needed. Like I said, we're kind of from the water perspective, we're pretty fine tuned. So.
You said 5 lines for repair.
Live, people, residences.
Residential.
Right,
Okay,
correct. Mhm.
They were in the borough?
Yes.
Nothing that would impact traffic or streets or
No,
anything.
nothing, no,
It's
no
on
damage.
residential property. Yeah, yeah.
Yes. Mhm.
Thank you so much.
I'm sorry, I wanted to just ask, two things that were on my mind. I know at some point they had talked about as part of the water meter upgrade, you might be able to actually like see real time or get like leak alerts. Do you know kind of where that
Man, I
stands?
can bring
Okay.
that back and email it to you though.
Yeah, I know that was part of, way back when, and they're upgrading all the systems. And then I know they had kind of completed that upgrade in the systems and everything. I mean, operations wise, not just Churchill, but generally speaking, no problems. Everything's
No
good.
issues at all. Yeah.
They're a great public utility. I mean, where else can you get 1,000 gallons of clean water for that price? I mean, there's lots of places in the world where you can't, so we're blessed. Not for that price, it costs you a lot more.
No public comment.
I do have one quick additional
Sure,
question.
absolutely.
I don't expect you to have it right now,
Sure.
but whether or not there are any capital improvement projects that are expected over the years.
There are some, I don't know them offhand, but I can email it to you for sure.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna be working on our multi-year paving program and
Mhm.
we could try to kind of pair those
Coordinate.
together.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to pave it, they get dug up again.
Sure.
Yeah, right.
Streets open, take care of it then. Yeah.
Mhm.
Any other questions?
One of my wife's, her cousin had a break down by their house and the water company did a great job. And I know one of the things they did is this year, I guess they bought some smaller dump trucks to salt on them, so it'd make it easier on the crews.
Right.
And they came out and salted the road where it was isolated. They did a really good job. So they appreciated that. It's feedback for,
Sure, I'll
those
take
folks.
that back. Thank you for that.
Yeah, we had a couple of streets where that happened. There was a break and the ice formed instantly and you guys came out and were salting, which was great. Yeah.
Do we have many breaks in Churchill?
Not that many, when we
Weather,
do, I believe.
We get notified.
Yeah, we're notified of that, yes.
There was a little bit more, I think, because the cold weather,
It's been
This year.
super cold,
Yeah.
hot, cold, hot, cold.
a
yeah,
little
freezing.
bit, but nothing drastic.
Okay. So I noticed on Thornberry, there are a couple of, I don't know if they're just run over, what's going on there. From the normal water in the street and that, and it's not after the snow is melted, because all the snow's gone,
Right.
but we still have things running here.
Sure.
We'll keep on that one.
Mhm.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Nice having you here.
Oh,
Thank you.
nice to
Thank you for coming.
Good to see you. Yeah, okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good evening.
You
Thank
too.
you, James.
Thanks.
Matt, any update with the COG?
Just want to say thank you to all the folks from Churchill that came out. They had their annual dinner. Sarah Murata was, the featured speaker amongst many other wonderful folks in the room. So just good collaboration, of course, working regionally and promoting, that we're part of the code enforcement, all that good stuff. So it was an excellent event. Thank you for attending. And, certainly if you have questions or concerns that, we can work on with our neighbors and regionally, please bring them up.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Michelle, you have anything to add?
Not at this time. No.
No problem. All right. We're going to go to our committee, our fund committee list next, management government first. So we're going to discuss a possible resolution amending the general borough fee schedule.
I can talk on this a little. So we are going to be doing zoning permits, general zoning permits for accessory structures, fences, trying to think,
panels,
solar
generators.
generators. Thank you.
Attached generators, not. Yeah.
Currently in our fee schedule, that is stated at $115, which is a little bit more on the higher end. We're looking to change it to $50 per permit application.
Perfect. I think that's fair. I think it's important to go through the necessary steps so we make sure everyone's safe and everything looks good. And I think that, as you try to beautify your home or do something better for your home, that's a reasonable number. So that's great. Thank you.
I think anyone listening should mark their calendar because we just lowered fees.
Yes. March 2nd at 7:25. Yes.
Right, because I think since we've added some more requirements and changed how we're doing this a little bit, it makes a lot of sense.
Absolutely.
Right.
And it'll be a more utilized permanent.
Right.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I think it's great. And that's what we try to do. We try to work with folks and try to make sure that we're enabling you to do good things for you guys and still within some point of a law type situation.
And making sure fences don't fall down and people
Yeah.
hurt,
Yeah.
cats get put on someone else's property.
Exactly.
All
Exactly.
important.
Yes. So that's great. And fantastic. So finance committee, honestly, this is the beginning of the year. We don't have much to report. You know, we're literally just, we got through it. All we're trying to do is pay the bills. And now we're coming into tax season. So we're starting getting our income in starting basically now. As you know, that's how we make our money. So from now till the end of April is basically when we're going to get a lot of money.
Right.
And when that comes in, we'll have better reports. But right now, lights are still on. We're doing great. And our budget is currently working. So we're doing a good job. So I appreciate all the hard work everyone does for it. Matt, public safety, you're up.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of things. These have been advertised. We discussed them, but just for record, or if there's anyone new on, you know, one discussion item is just updating to the new 2021 International Property Maintenance Code. You know, that is part of the International Building Code, International Residential Code. The state updates those generally every 3 years. It was delayed a little bit this year. That's why we didn't do it kind of right before the, you know, beginning of the new year. But now that that's been enacted, we'll be moving to the 2021 International Property Maintenance Code from the 2018. Same thing with the 21 Fire Code. And then one of the other things is, you know, I guess updating the resolution. We have to adopt our emergency operations plan every year. So please take a look at that plan. I know, Paul had a comment or two? Yeah. So yeah, if you have comments, you know, we can discuss them now if you have them, or we can bring them up with Scott. I know, like, for example, I think Paul said it still references our siren, but we haven't had the fire siren for a year or two, so we probably need to change that.
I went over it. It was a lot. It was a long read.
Yep.
90 pages.
And I'm sitting here with glad on the eyes crossed, but I did highlight a few things, and the fact that in the current climate that we're in now, that America is at war, it is what it is. It's great that we're doing this at this time, and upon reading it, one of my thoughts were to have some time, perhaps updating it as it's being updated. We're updating this just now. I mean, it's being updated, correct?
Yeah.
So as it's being updated, perhaps those on council that are not familiar with it, if you can get us together to go through it, to see where we are, where we sit, what's the state, and what part we as council members play in that. I liked the part on where you have notes that explain, additional copies can be obtained by our constituents, and how they can get a copy of this plan. I think that residents should request it once it has been completed. We've adopted it and it has been signed, and it is able to, we're able to look at that. I got a whole bunch of weird things, but thanks for letting me go through this quickly. I also noted, and I really would look forward to going through some of this because we do need to know this. The lights out with the Duquesne lights showed us that we don't kind of sort of have it all together. Some of our residents on our street were sort of helter skelter. Where do we go? What do we do? I don't have light refrigerators out. Thank, for Michelle and them that opened up the borough building and sent things out. Tell the people on the street, you need to charge something, do this. Please don't sit in your car and charge your phone. I think someone just died or something. They were charging their phone in their car. And so, exactly, yes. So we need to really be, and I'm so grateful for this kind of, how to say, it's called wake up. If we're not woke, we need to wake up now. And I would really love for us to go through it. Also, in going through this, I noticed that make sure that all the phone numbers are correct. My phone number in here is incorrect. So that needs to be corrected. So I think all members should look and make sure that the numbers that is on the, I think it's one of the last pages. I'm not sure what page number that is. Make sure that your information is correct. Here we are.
This is also a perfect shameless ploy for being on Savvy Citizen and getting on an email blast. Please, this is how we can communicate with you and help us help you because we want to help you. And and we've all gone through cell phone number changes. I mean, I haven't since 1902, but most people have. So please make sure it's updated. We want to make sure we communicate with you effectively.
Yeah. Okay. Mine is incorrect. So, the mayor, president, everybody make sure that our phone numbers are updated and get that to that information
Scott.
to Scott? Okay.
Mhm.
I think those were the only other things that I noticed, but just definitely getting together. And you can do some workshops, like the workshops that you do. And I know to go over, how many pages did you say, Mayor?
90.
91 pages. If you can just pull a section out and we can sit down and go over through a section, like just say this week, let's have some lunch, let's do this, and let's go over this.
Yeah, we can look at
Let's
that
not
and
wait
see
until the
what
last
stuff.
minute.
what,
Yeah, let's go over
Yeah.
this.
I would defer to him since, you know, he's our coordinator for that, but we
Okay.
can definitely talk with him and see how you'd want to approach that.
That sounds great. If anybody else has any other comments, but this is the time to do it because we are in that climate. You know, we need to know what to tell our neighbors when they knock on the door. In the event, I thought it was fantastic. It shows on there where to go, how to get in, how to get out, where to meet up. And that's something that our families, if they're not in Churchill, they need to know, well, where do you guys go if it happens here? Right? And some families do have plans. Where do we meet up? We get out of the city. Where do we go? What do we do? And we have seniors in Churchill. They need to know what to do. And as council members, we are the first line of defense of who they're going to call. They're not going to worry about title. They're going to know that Matt's over there on that street and she's on her street and they're going to be knocking on the doors. So I think this is fantastic. This is a wonderful job. So Scott put this together.
Yes,
Good job.
Scott does a good job.
Very good job.
And he takes it seriously
Yes.
too.
This was, I'm so appreciative of this.
Mhm.
Thank you.
I think to your point too, Shirley, it's a good reminder to, you know, if you don't have an emergency
Plan
plan
for your
for your
home.
home,
Yes.
for your family,
Yes,
to, you know, think about making one or update yours, you know.
I agree.
Good.
A good eye opener, good wake up call.
Very good.
We could offer some, people, like, what do I do? How do I make it up? Different places to go more.
And it does.
One of the things I want to, and Matt and I were talking earlier, and when I read through the report, I talked about the radioactive fall. Something wrong, how often is that?
Yeah.
But then I'm thinking, we have the hot shell up on the property. Well, Matt and I were talking, he said, you know, to ease my mind that there's not a big threat up there from that.
Right.
It's not. It's not. Yeah, it is not. That is, you get more radiation from walking outside for 5 minutes than you ever if you lick that ground. So we're good there. And so Westinghouse did a nice job cleaning up a little bit, you know, so, but it's still very important to everyone's thing is to actually, for your own families, for your own peace of mind, to know if something hit, for example, your cell phone dies and you can't get, like, where do you go?
What are we supposed to do?
Right.
Yeah.
So I think it's very important that everyone individually looks at it and that we get information for folks to how to make a plan. So
Now, will this be advertised for any corrections anywhere else out, you know, before?
So once we get a
finalize
finalized plan, that goes to the county
Yep.
and then the county holds it. And then that's how, you know, different things are coordinated.
Okay.
But if you have, you know, suggestions on
I was just saying, if
changes.
anyone else had suggestions, you know, the public or anything has suggestions, or they just have to wait until after we do the resolution.
We'll do the resolution next week.
Wonderful.
Yep.
Thank you.
Very good.
Beautiful.
anything else, Matt? All right. Thank you so much for everything.
Thank you.
Mr. Greg.
It's kind of hard to follow nuclear fallout.
I know. I'm like, well, they're at the floor again.
So just to kind of piggyback off of what Denny said during the Gateway report, we got some, well, not some, a lot of grant money to divvy up and get the advertisement for bidding for stormwater projects from the PA Small Water Grant. Bunch of other stuff is just out for bid. Everything's kind of rolling along the way that it should be. And April is safe digging month. So don't forget, anytime you dig, call 811. Doesn't matter what you're doing. It's better to be safe than sorry. You don't want to cut a fiber optic line. You don't want a gas line rupture, anything like that. So do the safe.
Free.
Yes, exactly. It's free. They will come to your house. I just had them there recently to do a sewer lateral line. They come, they're quick. Here you go. Here's where it is. Everything's marked out for you. You don't have to worry. And I believe the letter of support is that the county is what's pushing that, right? That wasn't it?
It was the COG, I believe, is
Yeah.
looking for that, correct?
No, that was back needs for Connect.
Oh, Connect.
Yeah.
Connect.
I knew, yeah, I was gonna say it's either the county or Connect, yeah. Right, the one call, yeah.
Yeah, one call.
Every year we do some sort of proclamation or
Yeah.
recognition for 811.
Yeah, because they sent I think it was in the Connect email. They sent the actual like letter that I was filling in.
So, I'll just make a quick comment about the stormwater projects. They are not under Stormwater Authority because whenever we applied for them, we applied as a borough and we did not have the implementation of the Stormwater Authority. So any projects we're doing with the PA Small Water Grant has to be conducted through the borough. And we were awarded $391,022, I believe. So thank you, Senator Costa and Rep. Salisbury for that. And I'm excited to get these projects moving. I don't know, anything you want to add? No.
We're working our contact with the Commonwealth Finance Authority.
Yes.
So we can coordinate a kickoff for that so we can better understand the scope associated with it before that'll go out to bid. But the idea was to get in front of council now so that once those steps were taken, we can move right into the bid.
Thank you, everybody. And it's great, all the grants we've been getting, and I appreciate all the staff and Michelle especially for getting these grants, and Denny and your crew. So as much as we can get, we're trying our best, you know, so every dollar in that we don't spend out from our budget, we're happy. So I appreciate it. All right, Ms. Deb, welcome back. And you're up, communications.
Excuse me, the spring newsletter will be out in a couple of weeks. A ton of information, probably more than ever. And a couple noted dates. The Easter Bunny Parade, I've spoken about this before, Saturday, April 4th. We're doing a new route this year. We're having, instead of just certain streets, we're having like
Corners.
So this will help more people because if we can't hit every street, so more kids will have an opportunity. Well, at least I can go to this corner and what have you. And we will try our very best to stay on schedule because we also don't want people standing out there for 20 minutes or so, especially if it's bad weather. But that will go on as planned, April 4th. And another date to mark the calendar is Sunday, May 17th. Is our annual Churchill Community Dinner. This year it's at the Wilkins Elk rather. And when you get the newsletter, there's a full page and then you see where you can sign up for. You can pay. You can go on the QR code and pay right there. It's a ton of fun. And I think that's about all I have.
Yeah. You're up again.
I'm up again.
Climate action. We always do back to back, you know. So.
I know. I have nothing for climate action at this point.
Oh, I'll talk about
Well,
the
solar panels. Right. I'm sorry.
Which we've been discussing for years.
Yeah, so the borough started exploring a possible grant opportunity with Connect in regards to putting solar panels on our roof here at no fee at the time we were exploring. Eric came and talked in front of the Climate Action Committee at our last meeting, and we were talking the status of our roof at the beginning of this was 8 to 10 years. That was about almost 4 years ago. So we're now looking at 4 to 7 years left on the roof. It is being advised to us by Connect and the power purchase agreement that we do not proceed with the panels at this time until we get a new roof, because it's at like that spot where it could go bad any second. And they didn't feel it'd be advantageous to put them on, take them off, then come back and put them on again. So we're talking about other possibilities because I do think, having solar, this roof is great for it, especially this side. So we're still exploring different opportunities with that. Yes.
Makes sense to me. No, I agree. You don't want to, buy new tires in a car that you're going to trade in tomorrow. So, like things you don't want to. I've done it. That's why I'm speaking from experience. No, that's great. Thank you, Deb. Mr. Mayor, you're up, sir.
Yeah, I don't have anything. I'm glad that, Deb mentioned about the bunny parade coming up April 4th. And just a car that we use every year to get up and ready for the parade. And hopefully everybody will be out and have good weather.
Perfect. Thank you. And thank you for being the driver of the bunny.
And again, thank our police department for
being
our escort.
Well, the bunny needs armor escort, yes.
The new parade route will be in the next newsletter.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Every corner and the time.
Perfect. Thank you.
And the newsletter should be coming out for us.
Yeah. About a week or two?
Yes. Next week.
Next week.
Maybe? Yeah. Okay.
Well, I appreciate it. Council, anybody we got on the table? Greg, do you have anything, sir?
Nothing new to report.
Well, I want to remind everybody, tomorrow morning around 6 a.m. to 7 a.m. If you want to see a lunar eclipse, the blood orange moon, it will be very, very bright. And you won't see it for another like 3,000 years. So this is your chance.
Thank you.
That's
I'm
right.
up anyway. I probably, yeah, that's great.
I saw that on David Newt. That's where I think.
Perfect. Shirley? Not Gavin?
Joe.
Joe. All right. Suzanne? All right. Anybody else? Matt?
Nothing further. Thank you, folks.
All right. Well, I appreciate everybody so much. And
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
perfect. Y'all have a great night and thank you so much.
Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you.
Stay safe.